Thank you so much for your time. Does this look any different to previous drills? Does it appear more aggressive or run-of-the-mill?
It does appear to look more aggressive. I think the Chinese government is losing its patience. Even the expressions by President William Lai about maintaining the status quo between the mainland and Taiwan happens not to be good enough for the Chinese government anymore. So what we're seeing on the ground is a more assertive, a more provocative set of drills. And I think it can only herald more aggressive posturing and saber rattling as we go along.
So where does it leave Taiwan in such a situation in terms of trying to face up to the might of the Chinese army? Or really is it a question of the support that it gets from outside?
Well, as long as the DPP or the party that now represents the government, helmed by President William Lai, stays in power, I think the Chinese Communist Party that forms the central government in China will not be very happy, simply because of the DPP's standing position about the One China framework to which Taiwan sits in is really not the kind of position that they are willing to tolerate. Mind you, previous governments helmed by the other party, the Kuomintang, the KMT, had a more conciliatory, more accommodating posture, willing to have more dialogue and perhaps less ambiguity about where Taiwan stands in the whole scheme of things. But the DPP is quite clear that in as much as it does respect the One China framework, it still wants to assert a fair degree of independence, of a discrete identity to which the Taiwanese people want to have going forward.
What about the psychological impact on the people of Taiwan? The Chinese military has been releasing videos during these drills, and we've heard that it may be trying to scare the people of Taiwan. Is there a hope in Beijing that possibly there might be a change of government because of the psychological effect on the people of Taiwan with this constant military threat of invasion hanging over them?
That's a very good question. I think it remains to be seen. We have surveys out there that have demonstrated the general resolve of the Taiwanese people, the current generation of Taiwanese, particularly the younger Taiwanese, in envisioning a future where Taiwan is a rather discrete, if not separate entity from China. But I think with these explicit overtures by China through social media, it's going to be very interesting how this is going to pan out, because we're looking at military conflicts as we speak in other parts of the world with the sheer violence, the brutal application of military force, and the effects of the application of said violence and force on receiving audiences. And I think the Taiwanese people may eventually, keel over in terms of the pressure. It remains to be seen, but I think the Chinese government is going to, enact a series of psychological and social media campaigns, no letting up, if you will, to try and see if they can break the resolve of the Taiwanese populace.
Graham Ong-Webb, really appreciate the analysis, Graham. Thanks so much.